Aloha, everybody. Wow, sorry for the late start. We had quite a few things to work out this morning. So, why don't I just take us to Kauai before I get into a dialogue? And welcome, John. Welcome, Penelope. And let's see here. We're going to play one of my favorite Hawaiian style songs. Made famous by Brother Iz on his little ukulele. But I play it on guitar. So for those of you that have never been to Hawaii, sit tight. This could be your trip. ah. I saw you in my dreams. We were walking hand in hand on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. We were playing in the sun, having so much fun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. The sound of the ocean soothes my restless soul. The sound of the ocean rocks me all night long. Those hot long summer days, lying there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. The sound of the ocean soothes my restless soul. The sound of the ocean rocks me all night long. Last night in my dream I saw your face again. We were there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii, on a white sandy beach. Hawaii. Ah, now that feels better. Hmm. Mm. Well, today has been a Murphy's Law day where everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And I want to talk about that because I'm experiencing, and I've noticed in reflection, a lot of people are experiencing anxiety. And, it seems to be framed in a lot of different ways, depending on the circumstance that people are in. But, yeah, I was noticing, like today, I'll just give you my experience this morning, why I'm so late. I had an hour and a half before the podcast to warm up my voice and do a little shopping, some grocery shopping. Grocery store is only 5 minutes away. And I only had a handful of things to get. So I went and I did my little meditation through the Real Canadian Superstore, and huge store, but I know where everything is that I like. So it's not really a problem. But before I went to the store, I was having a chat with my housemate. And she was telling me how she was experiencing anxiety, even though she knows better. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. We've been working with that piece for a while. And she's telling me, I meditate, I pray, and still the angst comes back, and it's so negative. It wants me to just, contract, right? And so I looked into that and what I do in regards to that. And I don't know, maybe it's my vintage in regards to this lifetime. Yeah, I'm 75 years old. And I can hardly relate to being in a body the way I used to. It's really interesting. But I've been doing a lot more meditation and unplugging from the chaos lately, not resisting it at all, but just going very, very deep into the well of our beingness, of our source, into myself. And I know that I've accomplished this very successfully when I get this feeling, like I explained last week, of the ultimate, peaceful, joyful, very soft expansion within my being. And it's so inspiring to just jump out of bed, jump into the world, and give my gifts, whatever they are, right? And I just love that feeling so much that I cultivate it as often as possible. But being in a body is going to present a lot of things that are not in alignment with that, let's say. So I'm speaking to my housemate this morning and about this piece, and telling her, it's all about trusting life for me personally. Because I actually said a couple of times this morning that I trust life more than I trust myself. And I realized that's really true for me. And once again, it's probably because of my vintage in this life, becoming familiar with mortality and how, everything in this dimension has an ending, including my body. Coming to terms with that is quite interesting. It's an exploration for me because quite often, being so deep in the well of beingness, I feel more value in what's beyond this world while I'm still in this world. And so, she was saying, well, and like most of us, we all have these thoughts. But if I keep doing what I'm doing, I know what's happening. Even though I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing, because I don't have my full heart in it. In fact, I don't know how much of my heart is actually in it anymore, but it pays me, a steady remittance, salary, whatever. And I'm like, okay, yet the anxiety is about not really having enough. So how does that play into you not doing what you want and not being paid what you're worth? So I looked at it as an overview of what so many people are inside of right now. And it really comes down to being able to connect so deeply with our source of infinite supply that we trust that source more than we trust what our mind is telling us. That's it. So, not to resist what the mind is telling you. But let me give you an example. When I left for the grocery store an hour and a half before the podcast, I thought, oh, I'll be back in an hour. It's 5 minutes each way. I just got to pick up a couple things. Well, I went into trance like I always do in the grocery store. And when I looked at the time, it was about 50 minutes before I was supposed to start the podcast. So I thought, okay, well, I'll check out, and that'll take 10 minutes. I'll get an Uber, and I'll be home in 5 minutes by 1/2 the hour. And so I'm in the line, and I'm feeling like, yeah, everything's in alignment. So I check out, and I get outside, and it's about, I don't know, 1/4 the hour now. I have 45 minutes before the podcast. And so I look into my phone and I feel a little bit of anxiety about getting home on time. And I realize I'm not sure exactly where I am. So I call up the Real Canadian Superstore, and there are 6 of them. And I press the top one thinking the app knows where I am. Well, I booked this ride that was at least, 10 miles or more away. And I was curious because it said $25. Normally to get home is like $4. And so then I can't figure out how to cancel the ride. So now I'm experiencing a bit of anxiety. But I'm flowing with it. It's not really affecting me emotionally so much, but it is triggering me. But I'm not really feeling it in a deep level at all, because my trust for life is so overwhelming that whether I'm here on time or not, it means very little to me, to be honest. What I want is my peace as I walk this planet and whatever's going on. And I notice that. So I get the ride and I'm trying to cancel it. And then I call the guy and he goes, oh yeah, I'm way out here. And if you cancel, they're going to charge you a cancellation fee because I'm almost there. So now I'm spinning in the app, and I had to cancel the guy, pay the cancellation fee. But I kept trying to book a new ride without canceling the other one, and it kept going around in circles. So now I'm in the thick of the chaos with the Uber app and a couple of different drivers, and it keeps saying you can't book another ride. So I decided, okay, I'll pay the cancellation fee. Hit the button. And then it lets me book another ride. So the ride is 2 minutes away. I'm thinking, oh great, I'm going to be on time. And then a train comes, the longest train I've ever seen, moving as slow as trains could possibly move. And I'm watching the Uber app, watching the guy, he's stuck. And I think, oh, it's a traffic light. So I wait 2 minutes and he's still stuck. I wait 3 minutes. Finally, I text him. I go, what is going on? And he says, well, there's a train. And so I look, and through the buildings, I can see just a tiny little piece of how slow the train is moving. And so now I'm looking at the time, and it's already 1/2 past. And I'm thinking, this is not working. I'm thinking to the driver. And so what happens with the Uber app, if you're a driver and you can't get there, if it says 2 minutes to get there and it's been several minutes, the app will just bump you out of doing the ride for the person. So that happened. And then I had no ride. And here it is like 1/2 past. So I quickly book another ride with the right location this time. And the exact same thing happens. I see the car coming, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, stop at the same railroad tracks. And I'm thinking, I'm looking and the train is still going. And so I look at, the guy has 3 messages to me. Sorry, there's a train and it's moving very slow. And I'll be there in 2 minutes as soon as the train clears. So now it's 35 past the hour and I have only 25 minutes to get to this microphone. And the train is still there. So I'm like to the guy, okay, so can you see the end of the train? And he's like, yeah, I can see the end of the train. So another minute, a couple of more minutes for him to get to me. And now it's 20 of, no, he came at 1/4 of. I got in the car at 1/4 of. And so then I get into the house here and I'm monitoring, got to put away all my groceries, but I'm not feeling anxious because I trust life so much to bring me what is exactly required for each moment, for me to learn how to be love, how to be peace, how to be calm in the chaos. Put away all my groceries, and I come back here to the microphone, and it's exactly 1 o'clock, which is the downbeat for this sharing. And then, as you saw, the people that were here, John and Penelope, the camera wouldn't work. It took 15 minutes to bring my camera on so we could do this sharing. And I thought, what a great thing to share with people today, because there's so much anxiety in the world. So much. I mean, the people I love, when I'm living with this amazing, beautiful family and witnessing, this energy of anxiety, we call anxiety come and go, not being able to pay things or being able to do things that we know we can do or whatever it is, come up. And it's so strong. And I reflect on how I feel so blessed not to have that anymore in my biocomputer as a supercharged emotion. It's not there anymore. It's simple, just everything is okay. Overrides, I'm going to be late. I even felt it in the cab, in the Uber. Anxiety wanted to come up when I got in the car. And I was trying to blame something like the train or the Uber, My mind, that's just the way the mind works. Oh, I almost said, oh, that damn train when I got in the car, but the words didn't come out. And I think if they had come out, it would have been, oh, that blessed train, right? Because I don't damn things anymore either. And I actually did say, unconsciously, out of my mouth, I says to the Uber driver, I'm going to be late to work. And as soon as it came out, I realized, first of all, I was going to be home on time. But what did that actually mean? Well, could it have meant that the camera's not going to work? And I really am 15 minutes late? Maybe if I had not said that, the camera would have worked. Who knows? But even in my peaceful state, the anxiety leaks out, right? I'm like, wow, how the mind works is really interesting to me. Yeah, and it has been to all the psychologists that, we study their work, you know, like Freud and Jung and all those guys from 100 years ago. They were watching the same kind of thing going on. So I guess the lesson in all this for me is the vibration of everything is okay, can override whatever is going on in your world, no matter how radical it may look. Yeah. Knowing I'm not my body and that there is always the one spirit with me, helping, guiding, always. That no matter what happens, it's okay. It's a learning in response of how I can transform my thinking or transform the moment into more peace. Yeah. Well, there you go. And I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. Bless you all who are watching on YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, and Zoom. And I want to remind you that when you come onto Zoom, you can ask questions about life, spirituality, chaos, whatever is pushing your buttons or poking you at the time. Yeah. So, questions? Hey, John, you must have a question for me. Where did you go just now?
It just cut out for a minute.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's strange. So what's going on with you today?
Oh, today, not much.
You sound like you're in good spirits.
I'm okay. Me and Penelope had a nice chat earlier, and we discovered that the meeting before last, we both had a peak experience with the meditation. So that was interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. One of my question. So that was 2 weeks ago, and the meditation was. You started off just saying, breathe in God, breathe in light, breathe in love, breathe in infinity. And I was just gone very quickly. And as I say, Penny had a healing, a spontaneous healing. What is happening more when we're doing that with you? Why is it so much more powerful? What's going on energetically? Oh,
Thank you. Great question.
I tried to recreate. I remembered the words. I tried to recreate it on my own, but it was not. It was nowhere near it. It was just There's no comparison.
Yeah. Well, I apologize that we didn't put that up yet because I did notate to my office person exactly the time frequency on that recording to cut it out and make it its own meditation in the YouTube channel. So that is coming. And the answer to your question is that every moment is different, even though it's the same. It's the same in that there's no past and future. But it's different in the light of frequency. The frequency you bring in this moment and the frequency I bring in this moment sparked what happened with you and Penny. And being of what you just heard about my spiritual practice is the reason that it's so much more powerful. The way miracles work is through replication. In other words, that morning that you guys had that amazing meditation with me, I had touched the stone of truth that morning. And so I brought that to the meeting. And so it's like a shining, glowing crystal that when I gave you that meditation, I just put that out and it went into those that match that frequency. Yeah, and it'll be different for every person, each week. And that's why I do a meditation each week. So what you want to do, John, is you want to ground, you want to root that experience and replicate it. So, in other words, A Course in Miracles teaches that when you experience a miracle, you have an opportunity to share it. That's what I mean by replication. It's like the ripples from one miracle can affect so many people when they absorb it and pay it forward in some way. And perhaps you're not, sharing meditation with people like I am, but it doesn't matter. That day, if you should just walk out on the street and smile at someone with that energy that you just received, that's a miracle. It's rippling out. So the other thing that comes to mind is what Jesus said about when two or more are gathered, I am. And that was a very pure frequency in that moment, that day. And it's funny, John, though, because it's the ego that wants more. How could there be any more to infinity? You experienced infinity. There is no more, my friend. Oh, but that's the whole ego's game, is more, 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 more. The spirit is so full. More is impossible. There is no more than the fulfillment of that moment. So it's good that you guys touched what I call heaven with me on that day. Thank you for sharing that. I've had some good feedback from other people too about the meditations. So, without further ado, let's do one. Yeah. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, let's close our eyes. And be aware of all your energy in your body, how it feels right now, because it's going to shift. and open all your energy centers from the bottom to the top. Just take a few deep, really deep breaths for each one. Let's start with the bottom. Let's take a deep, deep breath into our tribal, our low chakra. Breathe love into there and let it expand, let it spin freely. Nice. Let's take another breath for this lower chakra. Deep breath, inhaling infinity into the lower center and clearing out as you exhale any karma that is stuck there. Clearing, cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Okay, let's take another breath now for the second chakra, the sacral chakra. Nice, deep, flowing breaths, really full, and let it go. Let's take another breath there, the sacral chakra. Cleaning all the karma from relationships, money, all the not enoughness. Inhale abundance and exhale abundance. We can only give what we receive. That's the pathway of the miracle. Third chakra, solar plex. Nice deep breath. Pure love of God. Clearing that beautiful yellow center of our being. Starlight. Breathe in starlight and clear that third chakra. Opening that energy center. Moving up to the heart. Deep breath. Spinning that heart center front and back. Clearing it. This is the closest to where our being is rooted, the being of light that we are. Another deep breath into the heart. Breathing in joy and extending joy on the exhale. And now let's breathe in through the throat. Spinning that center, front and back. Breathing in peace. So that everything we speak of contains peace. Beautiful blue. One more breath for the throat. Now, before we move up to the brow, be very aware of all the centers that we've already opened that are supporting moving up. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth chakra. And sixth now to the brow, pineal gland. Breathing in starlight. Crystal Christ energy. opening that spirit eye to view yourself and others innocently. Take another deep breath for innocent perception incoming. Starlight, Christ, vision. And exhale that, opening that chakra center, the pineal gland, so healthy and so loved, bringing you the view of heaven on earth, beyond what appears to the physical eyes. Take another breath for that frequency of heaven on earth, viewed through your one eye between your eyebrows. That little gland has the power to see through the physical world what is real, what is permanent, what is eternal, which is the light within each of us. Moving on to the crown chakra, golden white light pouring in from above, the mouth of God. This chakra, energy center, energy portal to infinity. Let's breathe in God's breath of infinity deeply through the crown and let it flush all the way to the bottom chakra, through every single center, all the way down and all the way to the earth. And now, as we open our 8th chakra, just above our head, our halo, we're deep into the mouth of God now. So we're going to take a breath of 4 counts, and then we're going to hold it for 4 counts. Exhale for 4 counts, and hold it out for 4 counts. So empty your breath, your lungs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly breathe it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Let it out slow. 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it in slow. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it out slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it in. 1, Hold it. Let it out. Now relax your breath and breathe normal for the next 2 or 3 minutes. Notice the expansion of the light within all of your bodies. Feel the oneness you are with all the universe. After the silence of your mind, things of this world will flow behind. The river of life goes on so slow. The only thing we can do is learn to flow. Feeling the sunshine on my head, I listen to the bluebird to know what he said. Leave the past alone, to this we must die. Born again to climb, and others to fly. walking down through the fountain of light, receiving my blessings through lessons and strife. With wisdom from the water, I'll fly as a dove, bringing you the song of the wind for your love. That's the first song I ever wrote. October of 1970. October 12th. The song has changed its meaning over the years for me. Now, what it means to me, it embodies the whole idea of there is no death. There's just a continuum of in and out of bodies. Because once my soul is born, it doesn't die. Our soul is immortal. Yet we will experience life in a body, out of a body, in a body, out of a body. And each body and each culture and each lifetime contains the lessons to evolve our soul, my soul. Like the second verse implies there's a choice to come back or not. Feeling the sunshine on my head, I listened to the bluebird to know what he said. Leave the past alone. To this we must die. Born again to climb and others to fly. Yeah. And then the last verse, walking down through the fountain of light, receiving my blessings through lessons and strife. With wisdom of the waters, I fly as a dove, bringing you the song of the wind for your love. I'll never forget that little room I was in Coconut Grove, Miami, Florida. I was living in this hippie couple's house in the jungle, and I had a candle lit, and those words came out, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. I guess I'm a songwriter. My rock and roll band had broken up, and I never sang a note in that band at all. I just played lead guitar. So it was when the band broke up, I didn't know how to be a musician. So so I just kept smoking pot and hoping for the best. Got me an acoustic guitar, which was another miracle. It came to me on the Miami River. my first beloved guitar, the woman said that the steel strings, they really hurt her fingers. So she wanted to trade me for my beat up nylon guitar I paid $20 for. And she had a hard shell case for her nice guitar that came from San Francisco. So I didn't feel the trade was that equal, but I gave her $50 and she was happy. But yeah, I wrote that song, Wisdom from the Water. And it's a beautiful recording on the Kalea Okalani album, the one with the hula dancer on the cover. It's the very last track, and it's a 7-minute shaman journey with bowls and a whole symphony of synthesizers and Minoz Neva playing the flute on that song. He gave it quite a lifting into heaven for us. Wisdom from the Water. It's on all the streaming platforms. But if you go to Bandcamp, I might make $1 instead of a penny. It's wild, huh? Yeah. So, how was that, John? Penelope, I know, Penny, you're kind of shy at coming on board, but you can always type in the chat if you like.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say.
It worked.
It worked, yeah.
That's the best response. Well, blessings to you and Penny, and I so appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me on these Sundays. There's been many a mental, why do I do this? Well, probably because Penny and John are showing up. That's how you guys make a difference. Because there's people watching on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And that's how the miracle ripples. You guys show up for me, and I show up for everybody that wants to watch the replay even. So there you go. And Lance, thank you. He's my right hand, making sure that the restream goes to all the places it needs to go. And so even though we started late, we're just coming on an hour, and I want to thank you guys so much. You guys are such a blessing. So, aloha, which means the love of God surrounds us. And mahalo, which also means thank you. Mahalo nui, great gratitude. Mahalo nui loa, infinite gratitude. Of aloha from me to you guys. So, till we meet again next Sunday, ahui ho, everybody. Take the best care of yourself. And remember to meditate. Find time to do that. Really, it's so important to anchor into your soul, into the light that you are, and share that with the world. All right, till next time. Aloha.